got to look at Ty's history.
Not a good teammate?
Yeah, he's not been a great teammate at times.
You know, my teammate out of the playoffs should not be the hardest car on the track to pass.
It all started with a crash at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, but it exploded into a full-blown controversy that now has NASCAR fans split, tempers flaring, and legends speaking out. Dale Earnhardt Jr. didn't mince words. Denny Hamlin was done playing nice. And Ty Gibbs, well, he might have just made a permanent enemy in his own garage. The drama started on lap 110 during a critical playoff race, where tensions were already sky high. Hamlin, a seasoned veteran chasing his first championship after 5 wins this season, was racing like every point mattered. Ty Gibbs, on the other hand, wasn't even in the playoffs, but that didn't stop him from fighting Hamlin tooth and nail for track position. What followed was a collision that sent Gibbs spinning and Hamlin fuming, but what seemed like just another racing incident quickly turned into something much deeper. Dale Earnhardt Jr. immediately weighed in, and he didn't hold back. According to Dale Jr., this wasn't just about a bump on the track. It was about Ty Gibbs's long history of selfish decisions, even at the expense of his own team. Citing the infamous 2022 Martinsville race, where Gibbs wrecked his teammate Brandon Jones to steal a win, Earnhardt pointed out a troubling pattern. He's not been a great teammate at times, he said.
Not a good teammate?
Yeah, he's not been a great teammate at times.
That pattern, Dale argued, showed up again in New Hampshire, and this time it came at the worst possible moment for Joe Gibbs Racing. The NASCAR world has unspoken rules, and one of the biggest is this. If your teammate is in the playoffs and you're not, you don't race him like he's the enemy. You let him go. You support the organization. You help your team chase a championship. Dale Jr. laid it out clearly when he was in that situation. He backed off. I'm not even thinking about him in the car. I'm letting him go.
I mean, look, if I'm racing my teammate and he's in the playoffs and I'm not, I'm not even thinking about him in the car. I'm letting him go because all of his crew, his crew chief, the engineer, the team owner, all of the employees of the team, like the team manager, GM, everybody who's present is seeing this.
Why? Because it's not just about one driver. It's about the entire crew, the crew chief, the engineers, the pit crew, the team manager. Everyone depends on that one playoff push. That's what made Ty Gibbs' move so controversial. He had the faster car. Yes. But he refused to back down. He refused to let Hamlin by, and eventually it all came to a head. Hamlin, visibly frustrated, made contact, spinning Gibbs out and sending shockwaves through Joe Gibbs Racing. Some saw it as retaliation, others saw it as a lesson. Co-host TJ Majeski echoed Dale Jr.'s thoughts, saying bluntly, "Don't you look at the big picture and be like, hey, these are my teammates."
At the end of the day, though, don't you look at the big picture and be like, hey, at the end of these are my teammates?
Of course.
And
that's the mentality NASCAR teams rely on. Loyalty, awareness, sacrifice. But to many in the garage, Gibbs didn't get the memo. What's more troubling, Ty's response after the race. While Hamlin was clearly agitated and Dale Jr. was dissecting every angle, Gibbs brushed it off. "It's unfortunate, but I'm excited to go race next week," he told reporters. No acknowledgement of the impact on the team. No recognition of Hamlin's playoff run. And no sign of regret. That reaction stirred up even more debate. It wasn't just that Gibbs didn't back down, it's that he didn't seem to care. It was a sign of immaturity, a red flag for someone expected to carry the future of JGR. There have been instances where Ty Gibbs has put himself before the team, and this latest clash only added to that resume. Let's go back to that Martinsville race in 2022 for a moment. Gibbs, already under scrutiny for his aggressive driving style, made headlines by slamming his own teammate, Brandon Jones, out of contention, despite Jones needing a strong finish to make the championship. That moment forced even team owner Joe Gibbs to address his grandson's actions. Yet here we are again, facing the same kind of decision-making. So the question becomes, was Hamlin justified in sending a message, or did he lose his cool in the heat of the moment? The answer depends on who you ask. Some fans say Hamlin should have been the bigger person, avoided contact, and focused on the bigger picture. But others, like Dale Jr., suggest that sometimes a message needs to be sent. That in a high-pressure playoff environment where every decision can make or break a season, you can't afford internal sabotage. Was it necessary for Denny to wreck him into the wall? Yeah, probably not, but damn it, gotta look at Ty's history.
Spin him out to send his message. Was it necessary for Denny to wreck him into the wall? Nah, probably not, but damn it. Gotta look at Ty's history.
And there's another layer here that fans can't ignore, the family dynamic. Ty Gibbs isn't just another rookie, he's the grandson of Joe Gibbs. He's part of the family that owns the team. That changes everything. When you're racing with your name on the building, expectations are higher, mistakes hit harder, and favoritism, real or perceived, can rip a team apart. What makes all of this even more compelling is that Hamlin isn't just any driver on the JGR roster. He's been a loyal soldier for nearly 2 decades. He's brought wins, sponsorships, and leadership. And now, in what could be one of his last real shots at a championship, he finds himself battling his own teammate, someone not even in the playoffs, for position. It's the kind of internal conflict that can ruin a season. From the outside, this might look like just another NASCAR feud, but within the walls of JGR, it's much deeper. It's about leadership, growth, and the direction of the team moving forward. Dale Jr. and Bianchi both agree. This isn't going away. It's something the team has to address, and soon. And don't forget the stakes. Hamlin was 5th in points heading into New Hampshire. Every race counts. Every point matters. In that context, Ty Gibbs fighting so hard for 11th or 12th place becomes baffling. In the grand scheme of things, that 1 or 2 spots means nothing to Ty Gibbs, Bianchi said, but it could mean everything to Hamlin. Even the manner in which JGR responds will be telling. Will there be a closed-door meeting? Will Joe Gibbs himself step in? Will Ty face consequences or continue racing with the same mentality? The answers to these questions could shape not just the rest of this season, but the future hierarchy of Joe Gibbs Racing. It's a classic case of veteran versus rookie, experience versus raw talent. And while Gibbs undoubtedly has potential, this incident exposed the gap between potential and maturity. You can't build a championship team on talent alone. You need chemistry, sacrifice, and trust. Right now, those elements are in question at JGR. Fans are left to wonder, can this team survive the drama? Or is this the beginning of a deeper fracture? Dale Jr., ever the voice of reason and realism, gave the racing world something to chew on. He's been in those cars. He's felt that pressure. And when he says Gibbs crossed a line, people listen. Because in the world of NASCAR, credibility matters. And Dale Jr. isn't known for stirring the pot without cause. The irony? All of this unfolded in a race Ty Gibbs didn't even finish. A race that, for all intents and purposes, should have been a routine chapter in Hamlin's playoff journey. Instead, it became a turning point, a moment that forced everyone, fans, drivers, and analysts, to ask what really matters in the high-stakes world of NASCAR. For now, the dust is settling. But don't be fooled, this story is far from over. As the playoffs continue and the tension mounts, eyes will stay locked on the number. 54 car. Not for his speed, not for his talent, but for his decisions. And the next time Ty Gibbs finds himself side by side with Denny Hamlin on the track, there'll be more than just rubber and speed between them. There'll be history, there'll be mistrust, and there'll be a fan base watching every move, waiting to see if this young driver has truly learned anything or if he's about to make things even worse. Because in NASCAR, there's fast, and then there's smart. And if Ty Gibbs wants to lead Joe Gibbs Racing into the future, he's going to have to learn the difference. Fast.